Hey, what's good YouTube? Antayami back with another video, and today we have, I want to say, one of my final deck profiles of Dream. I really love this deck. This is probably, again, one of my favorite decks I have ever built and constructed. And since I'm like, I guess, the creator of this deck, and I don't think I will ever see anybody play these pile of cards together. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to a brand new deck in the near future. I guess when Linkage ever comes out, I might revisit like Sky Striker variant decks. But yeah, this is gonna be my final build of this deck for a hot minute. I might come back and revisit it. It served me well in the past. I won tournaments with this deck, which is really cool. The only big weakness of this deck right now is the fact that it doesn't play main deck hand traps, and I feel like hand traps in this meta right now is very strong, especially going, you know, second and stuff. So when your opponent builds a certain board, it's really hard to always consistently break the board. It's very possible with this deck. This deck does it very well. It's just over a course of a tournament, it can be very hard. So yes, this is a very fun deck. It's very strong, very powerful. It has a lot of cool plays and interactions. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to a different deck. But this deck is really cool. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the pile of cards. By the way, this deck is at 43 right now, so yeah. I think it's I think my prior build was 45, but this one's 43. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck. So starting with the monsters, we have one Rose, one Ray. I super cut down the Sky Striker cards because Sky Striker cards going first, it's not as powerful. When you draw into like Widow Anchors and all this stuff, a lot of times they can be dead going first because you usually have a full board presence. There's certain hands where you don't have a full board and your Widow Anchors and Shark Cannons can be live. But a lot of times they're used for discard fodder for souls, and then you recur them back with Kagari. You basically live a turn, and then you OTK your opponent by breaking their boards with the Sky Striker cards. They become more powerful. So they become less important going first, but very good for going second. And there's multiple ways you can get into these cards. So I just found the ratio 1-1 was like perfect, and they both serve different purposes. A lot of times I have Foolish Burial Ray or Rose to pop their extra deck monster to get my Sky Striker cards in rolling, which is really cool. And it also helped me out Dragoon a lot too, which for some reason a lot of people were playing Dragoon when I was playing this deck a lot. So double Golden Lord. Yes, now I bumped this card back up to 2, and the reason why this card is back at to 2 again is because I do play Souls and I play Curse, and I feel like if you play Curse and Souls, this card needs to be at 2 for pretty much obvious reasons to me, because you can like activate Curse pay 8, add one of the Golden Land traps, and then you send the Curse to the graveyard, and then you dump this guy into the graveyard, and then you special summon him back, and that plays around like, you know, Ash Blossoms and things like that. So if this guy is a, you know, a 35, 38, can't be destroyed by card effects kind of guy, and then you have an interruption set too as well. So it's like, it's really hard to get OTK through that line, and it's just really powerful. I play double Souls. This card is amazing. One of my favorite cards in the deck currently right now. It just gives you so many pluses, and plus with the Golden Lord cards, it's just free. It basically does feel like a pot of greed when you resolve the effect, and it doesn't get hand trapped. It just feels really good. And of course, you play the double illusions. It's just more copies of Souls, and this makes Souls not a you don't have to play bricks while using Souls effect to special summon, which is really cool. You can also put back some of the bricks and stuff in the deck too, which is really cool. This card is it's just amazing. It is like, it basically says, hey, you could put Souls in every single deck. It's really insane. So very good card. Never summon it. Obviously, you just use it for the Souls effect. Moving on, we played 3 of the Temples, and then we play 1 Griffin Rider. I'm not going to explain this. I feel like this is pretty obvious. If you guys have not been playing Yu-Gi-Oh over the last couple months, you guys should already know what these cards do, what the applications are. They're very strong. And then last 2 monsters in the deck, last 2 breaks. are going to be Dasher and Celestial. I mean, they're Dasher and Celestial. Again, if you have not been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or been living underneath the rock, you guys should know why we play those cards. I'm going into the spells. I'm starting with the Striker package. We play one Reinforcement of the Army. Basically, it's another copy of Ray. We play Hornet Drones, Afterburners. Again, a card going second. If you open it, you can pitch it for souls and then bring it back with Kagari. Same thing with these. Like, all the Sky Striker cards are basically like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dump them all here. This is how you search Ray. So this is basically another copy of Ray. This is another copy of, I guess, pseudo Ray. You can put a Sky Striker card, get your Sky Striker engine rolling with this card, which is really, really good. But these cards right here are like utilities, and they're not very strong going first. So you usually pitch them for souls if you need extra cards to pitch, and that's it. But when you're going second, these cards become way more valuable, like super valuable. They're really, really, really strong going second, which is why if you do lose a dice roll, it's very, very, very strong going second. We play triple Rites of Amasia. Self-explanatory. This may not be very self-explanatory. I do play double of these guys. I feel like if you do play the Brave engine and you also play Souls, I really feel like this is standard now. Because what you want to do is that, like, you activate this, search out this, play a token, and then you special summon Souls. This would trigger to get your Draco back. And then you activate the other effect to search, discard Draco back, search out Griffin, special summon Griffin, and then you bring back the Draco back, equip to the token, and then you use Soul's effect to send these two cards. You send Draco back, and you send this, and you draw two. And then on your next turn, you can actually activate this, to special summon a token, and then you can search out the second one. It's just so free, in my opinion. So I like two of these. I just feel like it's just really good for the grind game, and it's just a very, very, really good card. And plus, a lot of your opponents don't expect the second one, so even if your first one gets like Ghost Ogre, then you can just play another Rites and then search the other one. And yeah, it's just really, really good. And of course, you play the one Draco back because it's really amazing for going second. Really good for going first because it's an extra card to discard. It's very strong. Oops. You play triple Cursed Outland. Oh, actually, sorry. This is going with the Dream package. Yeah, you play one Foolish Burial because it just opens up a lot of array of stuff. Like, you can Foolish Burial Rose. You can Foolish Burial Golden Lord. You can Foolish Burial the Temple. So yeah, it's a lot of cool targets that Foolish Burials can hit. It's a really busted card. You play triple Cursed Outland. This card is ultra good going first, bro. Like, it gives you so many free pluses. It's ridiculous. And again, with Souls, it's just super, super broken. Like, it's really, really good. Like, it, special summon Souls, activate this card, pay 8, and then you dump those two cards, and it's just like, it's so good. It's so good. It's just like crazy pluses. And then you can draw into more cards and more engine cards. Double preps. I love the 2-2-2 ratio for the Souls package. Because if you draw into one of these plus souls, then you can actually use this card to like draw an extra card if you need to. So yeah, I just really, really love this card. And then of course, wrapping up for the spell cards, we do play double Fusion Destiny because Fusion Destiny is a really amazing card. Going into the traps, self-explanatory. We play triple Sanguine, triple Conch, and then double Hakido. I feel like this is like pretty much standard and most Eldritch list. So that's it for the main deck. Again, wrapping it up at 43 cards. Moving on to the extra deck. We have one Hayate, one Kaina, one Suzuku, double Kagari, and one Zeke. So yes, you guys noticing that this package is a lot smaller. You don't see Ray as much as you used to, so it doesn't need to clog up your extra deck as much as it used, right? So basically, you never really use Hayate. Hayate is to like maybe to dump a spell card that you can retrieve off of, Kagari. Sometimes you can dump the Rose for extension plays or, whatever, but it doesn't really come up more than once. So you don't really need more than one of her. So she does come up for time, in other scenarios, but you don't really go into her if you get your engine rolling. Basically, if you have 3 spells in your graveyard, you don't really use her unless you swing for game or swing for time. Kinda, you know, you always play Kinda because they also, you know, saves you from getting OTK'd, but you know, Kinda's kinda also good for time. Suzuku. The reason why you only play 1 now is because you don't really go into her like that anymore, because a lot of times you turn your Sky Striker package into a Verte Anaconda, and I feel like drawing 2 with a boss monster that like reoccurs himself, that sets up as an interruption, is a lot stronger than ending on Suzuku, searching engage, and there's a really strong chance that your opponent can just straight up OTK you if they have the right hand. So yeah, this card is only for engage, and that's basically it. Once you get engaged into the loop, then your Kagaris basically bring it back, and then you use engage to kind of like plus and you know, search other Sky Striker cards that you need. So once you get again engage out of your deck, you basically just use Kagaris to grind with that. And then of course Zeke is amazing, very good card. You play 1 Verte and 1 Enforcer because that package is insane, very, very good. And then going into basically like just extra Link stuff, you got Link Spider. I think it's pretty obvious. You play, you know, Eldridge, you play the Brave Engine, I feel like it's standard. You play 1 Relinquished. So basically you use this for really good for going second with your solo package. Comes up a lot of people still don't play into the right zones, and if you see souls running around, there's a good chance that they're playing this card in your extra deck. So like, make sure you guys play around this card, because this card can come up. Like, it's been so many times where they all summon like a Baron there, and I'm just like, special summon souls, they're not gonna gate that. They think I'm gonna like pitch 1 or 2 for this effect, and sometimes I do, because if it's Outlash cards, then yeah, it's free. But a lot of times I'll like summon this in the Baron zone and basically like try to take their Baron. It's like a free negate, and if they did negate, then this card is like 3,000 attack, and that helps me for OTKing as well. So very strong. We play double Charmers. Very, very good cards. There's a lot of good light cards in the meta, a lot of good dark cards in the meta. And the cool effect is that if they are destroyed, then it helps you search your Sky Striker cards, because Rose is light, Ray is dark. So if you don't have access to your Sky Striker stuff, this is a really cool way to get into it. Then you have Unicorn. Unicorn is really, really, really cool. It's like basically a bridge to your Access Code Talker. You usually go into this if you're about to like OTK and board wipe, because again, all the links in this deck are all different attributes basically, so you can pop 6 if you need to. Then I have the BLS. BLS is for matchups where it's more control based. So like if I'm going against like Sky Strikers or any like back row deck, you make this card, and this card is like basically auto win. It's really, really strong. And this is some place where if you don't really OTK your opponent, you can make this and just kind of like make this like a 45 attack beater, or just get rid of another card on the field. Really strong. And then you have Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker is basically just your game ender. You make him and pretty much swing for game. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. I'm not going to go into side deck because it doesn't really matter. The side deck is based off of if you go into regionals or locals, or you know how your meta is in your area. So I'm not going over my side deck. But anyway, guys, again, I hate to say it, I feel like the dream is dead. You know, I feel like that'd be a really cool title, by the way. Really cool title. But yes, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. If you guys enjoyed the profile, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I will be posting more things, of course, in the future with Yu-Gi-Oh! And some like more Nintendo things. But I've been focusing more on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff because I've just been, you know, just playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Lately. So, yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Peace.